Turnaround time is a very important process for logistics. Essentially, we want to get samples received as quickly as possible from where the sample was collected to a sequencing site, so then we can sequence the sample as quickly as possible, so the data can be reported back to the hospitals and also to public health agencies. Now, turnaround times will vary depending on the processes that you are using. In COG-UK, we've worked over time to make it as quickly and as robust as possible. We have managed to get our turnaround time down to 3 days from when the sample is received at a sequencing site. My advice when we're talking about turnaround times is to break up that process into steps. We need to understand how long it takes for a sample to be received at a sequencing site after it's tested. Because there's different ways that we can reduce that turnaround time. For example, we can increase the frequency of how often those samples are collected. We can reduce the batch size if it's their high priority samples. But the only way we can understand about how to reduce that turnaround time is if we monitor it. So the first step is to monitor the turnaround time when the sample is collected to when it is received at a sequencing site. Then we can monitor the turnaround time for sequencing. And in particular, we can look at the technology that we use for sequencing. If they're high priority samples, we want the turnaround time to be as low as possible. We can also batch samples if we want to reduce the cost. But we need to understand about, is the cost more important than having a really quick turnaround time? So turnaround time is extremely important, but it's really fundamental that we look at the steps that underpin that whole end-to-end process.